All right, amazing people. Thank you. This is Andy coming to you live from andyatuga.com. Also from the Online Sales Academy, coming to you very, very soon. I'm excited that you're watching this video today. Now, my fellow groupers, if you're in this group, I'm excited, right? We've not shot a video for a while because we've been working on a few things and we have a few things going on. But today, I want to shoot you this quick video and I want to share this with you very, very carefully. Now pay attention to this, because this, when I finally discovered this, actually changed my career and changed a lot of things. I started getting a lot more results in getting more people to to get my products, get my service, and run with me on whatever I was doing, provided that you have a lot of people in the pipeline to talk to. Now that is where techniques like prospecting techniques come in. We want to know how many people, so long as we're reaching it out to enough people and we got enough people in the pipeline, we can transition these people into, we got enough people in a funnel, we can transition them into a sales pipeline or transition them into a way that we can track and close more people and get more people to say yes and get more people to get our product. Because let's face it, if you got a great product, the chances are they need it, and they need it badly. So we want to help more people get more results, right? Isn't that the reason why we're into business or we're doing something? So the first rule of thumb is you got to forget yourself. Forget yourself completely. Now, the first time I was told this, I was like, how does this even work? I don't even get it. How can I get myself out of the equation and I still came here so I can make money for me, for moi, right? And myself and my family. How am I going to say I want to forget myself, right? It's just a concept. Once you do that, once you're able to twist, it's a difficult thing to do. Listen, I know that because I've tried it. It's hard to actually take yourself out of the equation and put somebody else in that equation, because the reason why you started in the first place is you. Okay, so first things first, this is a rule of thumb. What I'm about to discuss today means that you have to completely bury yourself in the sand. Forget about it, kaput. You don't exist when you start having conversations. You don't exist at all. Nothing about you exists. Right now, it's just about that person. Okay? So I'm going to talk about open and closed questions. Now, if you've heard of them and you've used them, you and I know there are two of the most useless bunch of questioning techniques you can use. Right? Because I've used them. I got some results. Now, as I progressed and as I sold more expensive things, or as I presented more expensive stuff, I noticed that open and closed questions really did not work anymore. They kind of like them at some certain level. In fact, for what I promote now, if I start talking about open and closed questions, it's kind of like game over. It's like we don't even want to listen to you. Sometimes some people actually end the conversation and tell you, you got to get out, or they'll make up some flimsy, silly excuse just to get rid of you, and they're getting rid of you. Both of you know you're being gotten rid of. Okay, so if you're asking open and closed questions, maybe you've been told by your company to do open and closed questions, or maybe your trainer told you to do open and closed questions. I gotta tell you, it's not entirely true. That is a big lie. It's a big fat lie. Okay, so they are not 100% accurate. They do work in certain situations. Now, let me give you an example. If I'm selling like a £5 item or a $5 item or $2-3 item, in fact, I can use open-ended questions, right? I can use open-closed questions. Now, this is just straight to the point. Sometimes I even skip the open questions. I go straight to the closed questions. Do you want it? Yes or no? Come on, it's just $2 or $3. It's not like a grand. It's $5, right? So you make up your mind, or I'm giving it to somebody else. Now, that is a very different dynamics to telling somebody this product is $1,000, or this product is $500, or this is a life commitment. That is completely different. This is what a lot of network marketers miss, especially if you're selling high tier products. I have to think about it this way. The person you're talking to is thinking long term. You're telling them, okay, hey, listen, when you come in, you're gonna have to pay this for life. And they're thinking in their head, oh, am I ready to pay this for life? Because that's the question people start asking themselves. And unless we're able to, find a way of turning that around, we're not getting a business and we're not helping them enough, right? So open questions, closed questions, they are not very effective when it comes to certain types of products, or when it comes to certain tier of product. Okay, so if you're selling a $2, $3, $5 item, it's okay. Go do your open close questions. They work, they're fine, right? And even that, you got to be careful how you use it, because you might come across as insulting. Okay, now if you do not know about open close questions, this is what they are. Open questions are questions that we ask people to keep them talking, right? They're like situation questions, right? Situational questions, because we're just asking you questions about your situation, and we're just talking about what the problem is. You know, we're really asking you questions to get you talking. And now the first way I understood it is get somebody to keep talking about the situation, or get somebody to just keep talking, because we want them to talk a lot, right? The moment people are talking a lot, right, the conversation is not brief, it's not fast, it's not quick. They're talking about the situation that they're in. Now, if we're asking only situational questions, or we're asking only open-ended questions, sometimes some people say asking leading questions. This is questions that lead you to another question, and that lead them to the way you want them to go, and start getting them to think in a certain way, right? However, don't forget, this is not a mind trick game. It's not like mind Jedi stuff. You know, a little bit of that may be included, but once we want to solve a problem for this person, that's what we're looking to do. Okay, so asking open questions and situation questions, this is what they are. We just ask them questions about their situations and get them asking more questions and more questions and more questions, and they keep telling us, you know, a lot about their situation. I'm going to tell you some of the problems with these two type of questions. Now we got closed questions. Closed questions are very easy. Closed questions are yes, no, or they give you a definite answer. So what date did you get this? I bought it yesterday. That is sort of like closed question. They just give you a definite answer, and like that questioning ends right there. The conversation almost ends. So closed questions, we use them to help people make up their mind. Now this is why we were using them before. All right, so what we do here is we start thinking, we start asking questions. Maybe we ask open-ended questions. If the skilled people, this is what they do. They ask open-ended questions about the people's situation, and they keep asking questions, and they keep asking questions, and then they go straight to closing questions. When they ask you a question about open and close, they're like, do you think this is useful, yes or no? Or just kind of like really closed questions that would tell them, make people make up their mind, right? Yes, no, give us a definite date, give us a definite answer. Have you used this product before? No, it's a closed question. Have you used this? Have you ever gotten results from this product since you've been using it? No, I haven't. These are closed questions, right? So if you don't know what they are, this is what they are. However, you don't use them in all situations. Very skilled and highly effective salespeople use different questioning techniques that once you see what they're doing, you might try to be figuring it in your head. Is it a closed question? Like, well, I remember going out with a trainer and I'm thinking, what kind of question is he asking? Is he asking any kind of open, closed question? Well, I don't get it. But they were training me on how to ask open and closed questions. And most of the top guys, some of the top guys, were not even using them. They were using different questioning techniques. Now, the goal of those questions is to make sure that we get to a problem and we find a problem that we can solve. Right? That's the goal. Now, so here's the problem with open and closed questions. Here's the major problem, especially with open questions. If you are not careful, you will keep asking people questions about their situation, and it will go round in circles, and it go round in circles, round in circles, round in circles. And the problem is that sometimes it agitates people. Right? Sometimes it kind of like puts people off. Depending on the kind of person you're dealing with, that can be a type of questioning module that will take somebody off, right? Because it pushes their buttons, they get angry, and they really do not want to talk to you anymore. Another problem you have with open questions, another question is, you may end up asking so many questions over and over and over and over and over and over, and the conversation keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, and you become like an interviewer, right? You're just asking all these questions and you're not getting to a kind of like specific point. That's another problem with kind of like open questions that personally, I really do not like, right? Now, if we talk about leading questions, sometimes some people will pick them up. I remember very well when I used to sell, energy, right? I approached this person. I started talking about my product, and he goes, okay. And I said, let me ask you some questions. He goes, yeah, go on, ask me questions. And I asked him a question, and then he answered me, and that led me to the next question. I asked the next question, and he goes, no, hang on, you're asking me leading questions. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You're asking me leading questions. That guy actually knew about leading questions, right? So here's the deal. When you're asking leading questions, you got to really, really careful and smart about how you ask those questions, because people pick up on the trail. You understand? Because it's like you're asking a question so that you can tell them something, or so that you can ask certain types of questions. And sometimes people are not stupid. They pick up these things. They pick up these signals. So you don't want to come across as trying to do Jedi mind trick them into something, right? We can do it in a way that they don't even know that that's what they're doing. But the point is, we don't want to come across as annoying. That's the problem with these kind of questions. Now, the last problem I'm going to talk about is closed questions, right? If you're asking closing questions, here's the potential problem. Conversation just ends. What if you ask a closing question and you know very well your product is going to help this person, and you ask the closing question and the person just goes yes or no? Then what? Then you ask another closing question, or you go back into your archive of questions and you ask an open question, right? And that becomes something completely different. So chances are, if you are asking closing questions, this is what I think. Sometimes it becomes like an issue of yes or no, and the conversation ends. Or it becomes, I give you a definite answer, now what do you want? You asked me a question, I gave you an answer, what do you want? Right? So open, closed questions are great for certain types of products. Especially what I've realized, right, is if you're selling something like a low tier product, it's okay. Sometimes it's all right. But if you start going into things that people have to get committed to for a long period of time, you don't want to use those kind of questions. You want to start finding pain instead, and start finding a way of solving those pain instead of just going straight in and going for the kill and asking open and closed questions. You and I know those things are not working. So why don't we try something different? So this week, here's my tip for you. Just find out creative ways by which you can ask questions to get people to talk about their problem instead of just going straight in for the kill. And again, try to take yourself out of the situation. Try to forget yourself, because putting yourself in, trying to put yourself in the whole equation or seeing people as dollar signs sometimes can be a huge problem. It can be a huge barrier between you and the person, because all you can see is dollar signs and all they can see is an idiot on the other side. Right? So you don't want that. And even if they think your product is going to help, they start seeing you as that person. So you don't want to do that. You want to kind of like really try and understand them. Put yourself out of the situation, because it's about them. That's the most important thing. I know it's hard. When I was told that to do that, I just didn't understand how that worked. I was like, you know what, I really do not know what these guys are asking me to do, but I don't know if I can do it. But then I started understanding it a little bit more, and I practiced it a little bit more, and I practiced it a little bit more, and now when I'm talking to somebody, it's more about them. I want to find out what makes them tick. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Here's a great tip for you. If you can, go use it. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments below. Let us know what's bugging you. Let me know what your questions are. If you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to help you, find out. If we have any answers, we would kind of like help you solve it. If not, I'm going to point you to some resources that can help you out. So feel free to put your questions across. And again, if you're looking for more results, you're not getting enough results, we've got the coaching program in here. Please feel free. I think the link is up. I'm not really sure. But here's what you do. Inbox me. Let's know what the issue is. Let's know where we can serve and where we can help and get you some level of results, move you to the next level. Maybe you have a lot of clients. You're now thinking, okay, now I've got so many people in my funnel or in my system. I'm not able to close any of them. I'm not able to get any of them to say yes. So I'm getting just a few number of people to say yes. How do I transform all these people into business or into clients or into customers? What do I do next? How do I have these conversations? Or maybe you don't have a lot of people to talk to. You're thinking, where are they? I can't find them, right? Again, it's something that it can help you with. And if you're not getting that, straight up, just go look for some people. It's just as simple as that. But then if you need help with that, please reach out in a message, or make sure you put comments below, and then I will be able to find out and come help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tip, the next video. Have fun. Ciao.